You alright? Oh. Hello? Are you okay? Hello, are you okay? I think you should call 999.
Hello? Ambulance, please. There's a man on the floor. He's not breathing. Okay. Okay. Stay with him. I'm gonna get something.
HeartSafe, well, it's a word often used, but it obviously demonstrates that if you are a HeartSafe village, you have that added protection. Apart from the medical emergency services, you have your own layer of insurance, your own extra defibrillator that can be used at any time of the day or night by anybody, even if they're not trained. They can have access to it by contacting the emergency services, who will give you the code, the access to the defibrillator. Once you then access the defibrillator, their own insurance covers you to use it. And as you return to the incident, the operator will still be talking to you about the patient. You then deploy the defibrillator, and all this is happening in those precious few minutes before the ambulance or the paramedics may arrive. Cardiac arrest is the biggest killer in the UK. 250 people each day die from cardiac arrest. Most people die at home, in their own homes, often at night. And it happens because the emergency services can't always get to the patient within a very small amount of minutes. Normally 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes is the maximum time. So the reason why I decided to help communities have defibrillators was to try to give them an extra layer of protection, and so they can help themselves. Every minute after a person's had a cardiac arrest, there's a 7 to 10% less chance of survival. So obviously when you get to 8 and 9 minutes, you're running out of chances. And if they've had a cardiac arrest and they do not have their heart started with a defibrillator in that time, and effective CPR, then the chances are they will not survive. It was brought to my attention that once you get to a certain age, a defibrillator might be useful to have around you, particularly if the emergency services are likely to take more than 7 or 8 minutes to reach you. The piece of equipment was called a defibrillator, and it's an electrical device which helps start your heart once you've had a cardiac arrest.
We're known as Death Valley, and that is because it takes so long for the paramedics to get here. We're sort of out in the sticks a little bit, and also a lot of the houses on the outsides of the villages all have their house names or farm names, and they're not easily, paramedics can't find them easily. I am the guardian of the box. Which means that I have to check everything inside on a fortnightly basis to make sure that everything is working okay, that the defib has the light flashing, there are no noises coming from the machine which would indicate a flat battery, and that everything inside the little pack is there and it hasn't been tampered with, basically, and to also make sure that there's nothing hindering people to actually get to the box. Well, after I've checked it, I then have to email my report through to I have an address that I send my report to, and that goes back on a fortnightly basis, so that if there's any problems, they then have to come down and check it out and get it sorted.
Well, I decided to buy a defibrillator, which happened about 3 years ago. I put it in the office to be used by anybody within the office, anyone I thought one day may need it. It soon became obvious it wasn't any good just being there during the evening and weekends. It ought to be used for the public and friends in the village. So I decided to make a metal cabinet and position it outside on the wall so that for 24 hours a day the villagers could have access to it. I then decided to talk to the local parish and the emergency services, and I gained the support of the ambulance service. in particular a lady called Kim Morrissey, who could see the benefits and was proposing this to be done locally as well as other parts of her region. And we put the first cabinet here, and with their support we soon put 15 cabinets around the Chew Valley in the villages that are likely to take more than 6 or 8 minutes when a cardiac arrest takes place for an ambulance to reach them. Well, the cabinet is a waterproof stainless steel cabinet. It has a 7-year warranty. It's heated. It's heated because the electrodes, the sticky electrodes that fit onto the chest of the patient, have a soluble adhesive, and they need to be kept above 0. Inside the cabinet there's a defibrillator. This is an example of a defibrillator here, and this device is portable. It's very easy to use. It's voice prompted, so once it's turned on, it tells you exactly how to apply the pads to the patient. Inside the cabinet also there's a rescue breath mask and certain other little items of equipment which may be essential. Above the cabinet there's a sign, so you can easily see where it is, and often in many places there's a light as well, so people can see at night where the cabinets are located. The website aedlocator.org exists so that people can see where defibrillators are located, public access defibrillators. It's quite straightforward. You can put your postcode into the search engine and it will show you where the nearest defibrillator is. It also gives a lot of informative advice on cardiac arrest, and it also encourages you to help your community set up a HeartSafe scheme to protect them anywhere where perhaps an ambulance or emergency services take more than 6 or 7 minutes to reach them.
Yeah, I've got the box now. Okay. Yeah.
Stand clear.